Hi guys, today I'm going to teach you how to crochet a granny square. It's pretty easy and simple, so you should catch on easy. We're going to need, for today, is your yarn. I'm using a tri-colored yarn, so it'll change while I'm working. You're going to want your crochet hook. I'm using a 4mm. You can use whatever size you want, depending on how big you'd like your crocheted granny square to be. And some scissors. So to get started, I'm going in with my end here, and I'm going to make a slip stitch, or a slip knot, I'm sorry. Slip knot. And insert your hook into the slip knot loop, and you're going to want your loop to be pretty big because we're going to be working in the loop. So you're going to chain 3 in the loop. So I'm going to pull my loop back so I can do this without it falling. And I'm going to chain 3. So now you should have 3 chains on your loop. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to do 2 double crochets in my big loop. And now I'm going to chain 2. And in my big loop again, I'm going to put 3 double crochets. Okay, now we're going to do the exact same thing we just did. Chain 2 and 3 double crochets in the big loop. Okay, let's do it one more time. Chain 2 and 3 double crochets in the big loop. So now you should have a total of 4 clusters. So now we're going to close up the loop. We're going to chain 2, and you're going to slip stitch in the top of the chains that we did, so the 3rd chain. Slip stitch. So that makes your little square. I'm going to tighten up my loop here, if I can figure out which one it is. There we go. It's being stubborn and it's not wanting to tighten up for me. I'm going to tighten it up to whatever, however big I want the hole. I'm going to do my hole about that big. And then I'm going to put a knot on there so it doesn't keep opening or anything like that while I'm working. So there we go. Back to the right side. Now we're going to do the 2nd row. You're going to chain 3, turn your work. And in these 2 chains here, this little opening here, that's the corner, you're going to do 2 double crochets in the corner here. Go underneath the chains and not in the chains. Now you're going to chain 2. And in that same corner, under the chains, not in the chains, you're going to do 3 double crochets. I'm caught somewhere. Okay, so now that we got that corner done, we're going to work on this corner. So underneath the chains and not in the chains, you're going to do 3 double crochets. Now you're going to chain 2. And in that little opening again, you're going to do 3 double crochets. And we're going to repeat what we just did all the way around to the end. Okay, so now that we're at the end, I'm going to do a slip stitch into the top chain at the end of our row here. Now I'm going to, for our third row, we're going to chain 3 again. Turn your work. And in this little section here, this little hole in the middle of your row, I'm going to do 2 double crochets to make my cluster. Then we're going to do the corners again. So 3 double crochets. Chain 2. On the same hole, you're going to do 3 double crochets again. Okay, so now we got our corner done. In the middle of your row here, you're going to have this little opening in the middle here. And in that opening, you're going to do 3 double crochets. Just like that. And then you can go to your corner again. Do 3 double crochets. Chain 2. And in the same hole, 3 double crochets again. And we're going to repeat what we just did all the way around. In the middle, you're going to do 3 double crochets, and then you're going to do your corner again. Okay, so now that we're at the end of that row, I'm going to slip stitch in the top chain here at the end. And we're going to chain 3 again. And we'll turn our work. And in this hole here, right where we chained, we're going to do 2 double crochets. And we'll do our corner again. 3 double crochets. Chain 2. 3 double crochets again. Okay, so now that we have that corner done, I'm going to show you something. Now we have 2 holes in this section here. So you're going to do the exact same thing we did in the other row, and you're going to do the 3 double crochets cluster in this little hole. And we'll do our corner again. and you're going to repeat this all the way to the end. Okay, so now that we're at the end, we're going to slip stitch at the top of the third chain here. And you're going to repeat the same thing all over again for the 5th row. So you're going to have now 3 holes in the middle of your row there, and then your corners. So we'll chain 3, turn our work, and do 2 double crochets in this hole. And then in the next hole, we'll do 3 double crochets. Then we'll do our corner, 3 double crochets. Chain 2, do 3 more double crochets. And then go on to the next holes and do your 3 double crochet clusters all the way around to the end. Okay, so now that we're at the end, we'll slip stitch. And if you would like, you can fasten off and stop, and you can keep it about five rows. I like to make mine 5 rows, or you could go on and you can make this really, really big, and you can make like a baby blanket as this pattern going all the way around. Or you can do it bigger than that. You can make it a kid-size blanket, or you can make it an adult-size blanket. Or what I like to do is just make squares that are 5 rows, make a bunch of them, and then make like a pretty blanket out of it. Especially with this one that I'm doing, it'll make really pretty because it goes on from like the blue to the white to the gray, grayish brown to the green to a hot pink, and then on so it makes really cute patterns and stuff. So you could do it that way and make a bunch of little squares and put them together to make a really cool blanket. But yeah, this is a really simple square, and I hope you guys liked it.